So do you guys want to hear something really fucked up? Now, if you don't want to listen to this, go ahead and leave now because this is very fucking disturbing. And this is literally why I don't take people who say, oh, this is my made up fucking gender serious. Because it seems like these people don't really understand or know where the origins of this bullshit starts from. So, back in the early 1950s or 60s, I forget which one, I'm sorry, there was a man named John Money. Now, John Money was a scientist or a doctor. He was one of the two. I don't fucking remember how this goes. But from this point on, I do know what I'm talking about. So, this motherfucker creates the concept term for gender. So, he's the reason that we even have that fucking word, talking about gender identities and all that stupid shit. And how children have to learn the gender identities, which to an extent I kind of understand, but it's always been a thing way before we were rationalized and civilized to where we're at now. And it's not even just us. This, for the most part, takes place in the animal kingdom as well. It's not really just human beings. So this motherfucker was a renowned pedophile. He literally had like almost no issues with children being touched and like adults being in love with children, just shit like that. This dude was a fucking pedophile. So the term gender comes from a pedophile. Uh, okay, I've actually got this kid's case up. So this really isn't funny. So there was this pair of identical twins that were born, and one of them was getting his yoo-hoo snipped. For like health reason, circumcision. He accidentally got the whole penis cut off. And so it was like 2 years later, the parents decided to go ahead and get his testicles removed too, and they were going to raise the child as a female. Well, these twins continued to go visit John Money. So what what Mr. John Money would continue doing is making them pose in sexual positions, including the twins, or the twin with the actual penis, to stick his penis near the other one's buttocks when they were children, mind you, they're fucking children, and he would photograph them. So not only that, these kids like grew up to become like very depressed fucking adults, right? David Reimer was the one that had his penis cut off. He was suffering from suicidal depression. And he told his parents he would take his own life if they made him see John Money again. Finally, on March 14th of 1980, Reimer's parents told him the truth about his gender reassignment. Following advice from Reimer's endocrinologist and psychiatrist at 14, having been informed of his past by his father, Reimer decided to assume a male gender identity, calling himself David. He underwent treatment to reverse the reassignment, including testosterone injections, a double mastectomy, and I don't know these medical terms, but basically you can't really reverse it. You're still gonna have a pussy for like the rest of your life. Like, you're kind of fucked, and it's really not fair because he really didn't get to choose this. But basically, what had happened was his younger brother ended up committing suicide in 2002 over this whole thing, because like his parents were continuously forcing him and his brother to go see this doctor, and the doctor was doing all this very creepy shit. So they grew up fucked up, like they were basically fucking raped. Well, the dude committed suicide in 2002, and then he eventually committed suicide himself in 2004. And I think it's very funny that Wikipedia actually says that it is a he, but he drove himself to a grocery store parking lot and blew his own head off with a sawed-off shotgun. He was 38 years old. It's pretty fucked up, man. So anytime somebody talks about gender, or they're just like, oh, it's non-binary or whatever, or like it's different than sex, it all comes from a fucking pedophile who molested children and made them have sex with each other, who also cut another baby's dick off. Like, this all comes from this man. So I don't ever want to hear about it again. I don't care if this offends you. I really fucking don't. This shit's fucking, it's fucked. It's so fucked. It's disgusting. It makes my skin crawl. It's not funny. It's really not funny. It just really like kind of much to deal with, because like I heard about this before, and then I learned about it like a little bit later, and then I was just kind of like fuzzy on the details of it, so I decided to go back and like learn more about it. And yeah, this actually happened. This is true. This is all where this fucking shit comes from. So I don't care if your gender is identified by the hair color you picked out at the Walmart clearance section. I don't care if you say you're non-binary transgendered, which is a fucking oxymoron if I've ever heard one. I don't care if you say you identify as a girl because you're too soft to throw a fucking football. I don't fucking care. I don't. Your shit all comes from something very fucking stupid. So whatever you say. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye.